All righty, Shannon. So let's talk a little bit about, we see a lot of times customers come in and they can't really find the house that they're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're really particular and they're like, well let's just build our own. We'll just do the same, right? Pretty
Right.
easy.
It's probably the most common question I get. Like, what does it look like if I were to buy a lot and build my own house?
Simple.
Simple. And it's usually after we've kind of already talked about the other options. They've been out there looking for something to purchase. They're having a hard time finding what they want. And they think, obviously, right? It's obvious. Why don't I just build what I want? Seems like a simple thing. But unfortunately, it's not quite so simple.
Not so fast, Jackson.
Not so fast. So depends on the borrower, right? For some people, it's okay. But the biggest thing with a construction loan or buying a piece of land and building a house on it is that you have to get a construction loan.
Yes.
And usually the cash requirement on that is going to be significantly more than the cash requirement on, say, a regular conventional loan, which starts at 5% down, has 3% options. Construction financing in general is going to require at least 20% down. So stops a lot of people kind of in their tracks right there. Just something to think about when you are considering that option is it's a whole different animal. It's a different process.
And I think too, the time commitment, because you can find something that you like that's existing out there, you can buy it within 45 days. Where if
Right.
you're going to go the construction route, you're talking 4 to 6 to 8 months.
Well, and the other thing people don't always think about, right, is they're like, okay, I have the 20%, but it's in my house. I have to sell my house. Okay, that's great. But you have to sell your house. You have to bring that money to the closing on your construction loan. So you need to sell your house before you really start building.
And then what are you going to do, rent?
Where are you going to live? So yeah, I mean, there's some options out there that we can kind of think outside the box, but it's definitely a much more difficult process as far as that goes when you're selling and building and you got to find somewhere to live. If you just have 20% sitting around, great, you can get a construction loan and off you go. But that's not the case for, I would say, most people.
Yeah, I think so. It's doable, but it deserves a long conversation with us.
Yeah, it is not the same. So that's kind of the key point there, is it's not the same. And a lot of people kind of assume it is, right? That they're approved for a 5% down conventional loan, let's say. And they just think, oh, no big deal, I'll just buy a piece of land.
Build my own.
Build my own, which makes really great sense. And I totally understand why they would want to do that. But it's not quite as easy as you might think it is.
Can't do it.
Yes, you can. You can do anything you put your mind to. Think it, and you can make it happen.
Not at 5% down.
Not
That's what I'm
at
talking
5%
about.
down, not at 5%.
Come on, stick with me.
But you could find like a long lost relative with lots of money who wants to give it to you, and then maybe you could do it.
True. That's a possibility.
Or you could hit the lotto.
Yeah, that's another possibility.
There's things.
There are things. I was wrong. You're right.